Welcome students. In this class we will be learning everything connected with regard to congruence in triangles. Now foremost we need to know what exactly is the meaning of congruence. Congruence means concurring, or it also means staying consistent. I think these two meanings are sufficient enough in understanding the exact core definition of congruence. So let me reiterate. The meaning of congruence is concurring, or you can also say staying consistent. So we are looking for triangles which are consistent in shape as well as in size. In shape as well as in size. So these are the two important components of a triangle. Now, what would determine the shape of the triangle? Obviously, it's the angles. And what would determine the size of a triangle? It's obviously the length of the sides of the triangle, right? So, the length of the sides determine the size of the triangle, and the angles of the triangle determine the shape of the triangle. So we are actually trying to locate those triangles which have the same consistent shape and the same consistent size. Now when we come to measuring the shape and the size, we use a term what is called as equal. So this is the catch point. In other words, if I were to state the definition of the congruence in triangle, I can state it like this. Two triangles are said to be congruent. Now, in congruent, you can just fit in this one. They're said to be concurring or consistent if they have equal sides and equal angles. So this is the all important. Let me state the geometrical definition. So this is the language definition. The geometrical definition. This is the geometrical definition you will have to know. So let me state that two triangles are said to be congruent if the base of their corresponding sides and their corresponding angles are equal, right? So you have a triangle like this, and then you got another triangle like this. If I were to locate the angle, say this is A, B, C, D, E, F. If I were to compare, I have to compare this side with this side. I have to compare this side with this side. I have to compare this angle with this angle. I need to compare this angle with this angle. I need to compare this angle with this angle. So that is the meaning of the term corresponding. So this corresponding is the key word. You follow me? So you cannot go and compare this with this. So that is basically the purpose is being lost, right? So I have this definition and we will move on. Now the next important point that we will have to know is, look, there are different ways. So this is actually the benchmark, I would say the benchmark of deciding the triangles to be congruent, right? But there are other criterions we can look into in ascertaining whether triangles are congruent or not, right? So what exactly does it mean? Say, imagine for example a selection that is going on. the selection for boxes, right? And the criteria is muscular legs, number 2 muscular hands, number 3 muscular upper body, right? So these are the 3 criterion that have to be looked into. Now if they satisfy all of these 3 criterion, then we tell them that they are ideal boxes, right? So this is the yardstick. Now imagine people are coming in, right? Say for example you got this guy coming in. Now he has got good muscular legs. Number 2, he has got good muscular hands. Now like this, say for example there are 1000 people. Now to observe each of these criteria, let us think, or let us assume that it would take 5 minutes approximately to judge whether they have muscular legs or not. So 5 minutes have to be invested for everything, for every criteria. So 1000 people are there for the first day. So we do not know how many people would be there for the second day. So like this, say for example the selection process would be extended, or it stretches from day 1 to day 10. So 10 days are there, right? Now the first person comes in, observation takes 5 minutes to observe he has got muscular legs, and then 5 minutes to observe he's got muscular hands. Now my question is it necessary to observe or to examine whether he has a muscular upper body or not? That's my question. Is it really needed? Or is it okay to say that this person is an ideal boxer, selected? Next. Is it okay to say this? Obviously, because a person who has a muscular leg automatically will have a muscular body. Of course, the converse is not true. But if an individual takes time to develop his legs, automatically the upper body would be, actually by default it will develop, because all the activities of the leg in some manner or the other will include the upper body. And next thing is that it's not easy to develop a muscular legs unless or until the upper body has the power to push through. So the point what I'm trying to say is, automatically criteria 3 becomes, by default it becomes approved. That's what I'm trying to say. So like that, we have got several ways. So let me just finish this off. Now why is this actually acceptable, or in other words, why is it favorable to the selection team, or I should say to the committee, to the selection panel, right? Why is it favorable? Because they are actually taking away 5 minutes, saving 5 minutes. So 1000 people, if 1000 people they are adopting a system where 5 minutes is being saved, 5000 minutes are being saved just to make the appropriate examination for 1000 people, right? So this is 1000. See, 5000 minutes are being saved. So if you were to divide 5000 minutes by 60, the 0 gets cancelled. So you got 500 divided by 6. 6 8s are 48, and then 2, and then 20, and then 6 3s are 18. So you got 83 hours if you were to divide that, and then you can see so much of time is being saved. So that's the idea I'm trying to tell you here. So in the same manner, like into the same manner, when we are judging the congruency in a triangle, we will adopt different criterions. So I will be explaining to you the various criterions by which we can outrightly state that triangles are congruent. So in this class, what I have done, just to recap, I have explained to you the meaning of the word congruence. Then this is the English way, the language interpretation of congruency. Then I've given you the geometrical definition of congruency. Then I've given you the pictorial representation of congruency. Then I've given you an illustration to explain to you the different available criterions by which you can outrightly state or outrightly come to a conclusion if or whether the triangles given are congruent or not. So having mentioned this, I will go on to state the concepts that are there in each of these criteria.